Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble version 2 of the tube rack for Colosseum. In the previous build video for Colosseum, we used version 1 of the tube rack, which had 2 angle set screws. During the experiments, we noticed that the tube rack would slip sometimes because the angle set screws were rather weak at connecting the shaft to the printed tube rack. So for this version, we are using a flange coupling, which will be a lot sturdier at holding the shaft and the tube rack together. So what you'll need is a flange coupling, which fits a 6mm shaft, and this is on our bill of materials inside the GitHub repo. Inside that packet, you will have these little black set screws, so you'll need 2 of those and the included hex key that will fit into these set screws. Aside from that, you will need an M3 hex key and 4 pairs of M3 hex screws and nuts. And I also have the rest of Colosseum all assembled and ready to go. Everything has been assembled except for the tube rack, so I'm going to put that aside for now. So the first thing you're going to do is to take the flange coupling and turn it upside down so that the flat side is facing upwards. And in the 4 holes, you want to screw in the hex screws just partially. This is so that the screws won't all fall out when we turn the flange coupling upside down in a few moments. So now that we have the hex screws all in, we want to set this aside for now. Turn the tube rack upside down and you will see a big opening in the middle, which is where you will put the flange coupling through. Orient your flange coupling so that the hex screws are facing the top. Slide the flange coupling right through the opening, and the extruded part of the flange coupling should be sticking out of the top face of the tube rack. Align the hex keys to the holes on the tube rack and take the M3 hex key to tighten those screws all the way into the tube rack. Now that all the hex keys are in place, let's take some M3 hex nuts to fully secure the flange coupling to the tube rack. Now take the black set screws for the flange coupling and screw them into the sides of the extruded part of the flange coupling. You need to use the included hex key to do this. At this point, we don't need to screw them in all the way, as we still need to be able to slide the rotary shaft through. Once you've tightened the set screws, all that is left to do is to put the tube rack through the center rotary shaft. Lift the dispenser arm so that it is out of the way and slide in the tube rack. It should go in with very little resistance, but if it gets stuck, then relax the set screws a little bit. Once the tube rack is in place, secure the set screws with the hex key that came with the flange coupling. If the set screws are tightened all the way, then the tube rack should no longer slip from the rotary shaft. And that is all there is to assembling version 2 of the tube rack for Colosseum. Make sure to visit our repo for more updates and have fun using Colosseum.